If you are a leader who is fed up of the self-doubts and wearing a mask and feeling like you're forcing your way through your role, this video is for you. I've worked with so many leaders who have come to me feeling fed up, frustrated, burnt out, and just not really sure where to move next. They think it's their boss or their place of work or their colleagues or something else that just isn't working for them. They blame themselves, saying they're not motivated enough, not driven enough, maybe not talented enough to move on to the next step of their leadership journey. And I would know, many years in educational leadership left me feeling drained, confused, and just a bit worn out. And it took me years to figure out why. See, people often end up how they wonder in this space. And it starts off innocently enough. You get your first job, you get your first leadership position, and things start great. You're motivated, you're driven, you know what you need to do. You've taken a course, you've taken this leadership qualification, and you feel in a good place. And you lead that first meeting with energy and passion. All is well. But over time, things start to slip. Things don't feel the same as they did. You lose your energy, lose your passion. You start firefighting problems rather than driving innovation. The doubt starts to creep in. You feel yourself losing motivation, that inner critical voice growing louder and louder each day. It keeps you up at night. And the commutes get more and more fear-induced as you worry about what people think of you. And look, I know you've tried things. You're a proactive person. You've tried doubling down on motivation. You've tried setting a goal plan and sticking to it. You've re-watched a couple of your favourite YouTube videos. You've read a book on how to be a great leader. You've tried things. They've only left you feeling more frustrated and more burnt out. And you've tried lots of leadership styles. Assertive and direct, open and collaborative, or inspirational, taking people along the journey with you. And all of them left you feeling even more confused. You feel it must be some kind of knowledge you're missing. There's something out there that if you just knew it, then you'd be okay. Perhaps you've taken inspiration from some of your previous leaders and it worked for a while, but then you start to feel like a fraud, like you had to wear this mask that wasn't truly you, and that ate away at your confidence even more. And I'm here to tell you that they're not the real problems. Let's dive into where the real problem lies. The real problem isn't a lack of ability. See, all the leaders I've worked with have been more than capable, nor is it really any kind of secret leadership style that you haven't heard of. Here's the thing that I see time and again that holds leaders back from being the most authentic leaders that they can be. Really what's holding you back from leading peacefully and confidently, and that is you don't know what your leadership identity is. Let's unpack that. I'm going to ask you two questions, both very simple on the surface, but they're two of the most fundamental questions that I ask in my coaching practice. The first one is this: who are you? Like, really, who are you? Not your name, where you live, or who you live with, not how you exchange your time for money. Like, who are you at the very core of your being? See, most people can give an answer to that question, but it very quickly falls apart. Because if you're unsure of who you are and what's important to you, what makes you joyful, angry, bored, excited, what lights you up and what you're motivated by, you're probably acting in a way and spending time doing things that aren't aligned to who you truly are. You're probably leading in a way that's inauthentic to you. And this is where we end up wearing a mask, creating a leadership that just doesn't feel right. It leads to frustration, leads to stagnation, procrastination, a real lack of energy and motivation. People aren't sure where they stand with you, and your influence falls away. Let's park that one for a moment and look at the second question, which is, what do you want? Don't say more money or a holiday. You're almost certainly saying those things to escape from the reality that is your life at the moment. What do you actually want? What do you wake up for? What's your big why? This question isn't a problem as long as you're very clear on the first question. You've got to know exactly who you are, your leadership philosophies, and from there you're in a great position, a great foundation to build on what you actually want. Unsure of this, however, and the things that you supposedly want, they become muddied as well. You end up chasing things you think will make you happier, falling more into despair and lost when they don't bring you fulfillment? Now, these two questions apply to our general sense of well-being, but of course they apply to leadership as well, because unless you've decided exactly what kind of leader you want to be, based on your own strengths, values, beliefs, you've got to be playing a guessing game, hoping for the best, which is what's led you to the position you're in now. I'll give you an example. If I challenged you to beat an Olympic archery champion in archery, you'd almost certainly lose. If, however, we blindfolded your opponent and spun them round, you are now much more likely to win for one simple reason. You know what you're aiming at, and they don't. Without having your leadership foundations in place, you're a little bit like the blindfolded archer. You might have all the capability in the world, just like the Olympic archer does. However, without its setting that internal navigation, your ability counts for nothing. And I get it, life is busy. Spending time to work out who you are and what you stand for gets pushed to the bottom of the list. You promise support in your workplace, but it never amounts to much, or certainly a full understanding of who you are and what you should be doing. It leaves you feeling lost, confused, frustrated, really desperate to find a solution. And this really makes sense. I mean, if you're unsure of what you stand for as a leader, then why would anyone else understand what you're about and follow you? If you're playing the guessing game within your own mind, the people you lead are going to be doing the exact same thing, guessing what your values are, guessing what you stand for, guessing the culture that you're trying to build, guessing the message that you're actually trying to communicate. No wonder you feel frustrated with your team and with yourself. The secret to overcoming this isn't another course or book or certificate. It's more fundamental than that. I'm going to show it to you over the next couple of minutes. But just to understand how I discovered this, let me just give you the 1-minute story of how I came to where I am now. So having worked in banking and in education, I experienced a lot of leadership styles during my time. And some were good, some not so. My main passion during this time was psychology, behavioural science, understanding how humans work and how we can make the most of our brains and our bodies to live the best lives possible. I became very interested in leadership as I saw time and again both the positive and the negative impacts that a leader has. They have a disproportionate impact on those around them. I've worked in various leadership roles over the years, some with some great successes, some with some fantastic failings. I've definitely played leadership on hard mode, but I've also learned how to make it easier also. From the many thousands of coaching conversations I've done, I can now see more than ever that things that set apart great leaders who exude natural confidence and energy from those that are scrambling to survive each day. See, when I was in survival mode as a leader, I used to dread Monday mornings, but also Sunday afternoons, knowing I'm going to have to put this mask on again and fool everybody. Commutes to work were just miserable. The meeting prep, it all just filled me with dread. I've gone from turning up with high energy and curiosity to fear and protecting my own back, just assuming everyone was thinking the worst of me. It was exhausting, and I just really felt my confidence erode away over that time. Perhaps you can relate. I tried being more assertive. I read Paul McKenna's book, And I Can Make You Confident, which ironically made everything worse. And look, I'd like to tell you, it was all in a moment that changed it for me. Something significant, boosh, everything changed, but it wasn't for me. It was a slow realisation, coupled with my own research, made me realise I'd completely lost touch with who I am. We all have an idea of who we are. We call it identity, but from all of our psychological research and getting things wrong in my own workplace, I realised that the foundation I had were either shaky or somebody else's foundations that I'd built as my own. I went through the painful process of undoing all the lies I'd told myself and rebuilt the narrative of who I am, my capabilities, my place in the world. And once I was comfortable with this, I became intentional with what I wanted my days to be filled with and life to look like. But the best was to come. Through the journaling, through this story, through this journey of self-discovery, it started to have an impact on other areas of my life too. I began helping people, taking them through the process and the framework that I'd used to help myself. And the result was transformational. And I realised I had a real passion for this, something that could genuinely help people, allow them to escape from survival mode, escape from living a life of regret, and start having a real impact as leaders that they wanted to. And that's what I now spend my time doing. helping people to become the best versions of themselves, leading with greater authenticity, purpose, and confidence. I've helped people get their dream jobs, supposedly gaining unattainable promotions, transformed the health and fitness and well-being of people, repaired people's relationships, their partners, parents, and children, and all of this in a matter of months rather than the years it took me. It sounds too good to be true, but this is why I ask for testimonials of people, which you're very free to check out. And these stories happen again and again and again. And for me, the person I am now is almost unrecognisable from the person that started this journey. As a leader, I can approach my work with excitement and confidence and curiosity once more. I began influencing people effortlessly, and building relationships opened up lots of opportunities. I look forward to work on Monday mornings and Sunday evenings, and the commutes were peaceful rather than a whirlwind of negative thoughts. And outside work, my life has never been more fulfilling. My relationship with my wife is stronger than it's ever been. I've fixed relationships with my own friends and parents and siblings. I let go of more of the toxic relationships and had the humility to repair the ones where I was at fault. I became the dad I always wanted to be to my 3 little ones. I can turn up with energy and patience and being the role model they actually want to be, and that I'd felt guilty about not being for years. I run marathons, half marathons, I lift weights, play guitar and surf and do all kinds of other hobbies that light me up. I earn more money than I ever have before, whilst moving wealth creation further down the list of my priorities at the same time. And look, I'm far from the finished article, and there's still many areas for me to work on, but I say these things to show the impacts that following this structure has had on my own life. So what is this structure and how does it work? What does it involve? Well, let me pull back the curtain on what it looks like and how it might help you. So what I do is I take people through a program called the 3I program, because the program consists of 3 phases, which I believe are fundamental to helping people build that platform for a successful life. So phase 1 is identity. Now in this phase, we're going to be discovering who you truly are, who you think that you are, and there is a difference. You'll be waving goodbye to that negative voice in your head that keeps holding you back, and transforming the way you really speak to yourself and sensing your confidence level soar. Phase 2 is intention. Not having clear daily intentions is costing your career. And thousands of conversations have told me as much. And there's an art to getting this right. So in this phase, we'll discover how to create intentions around achieving your goals and the things you're aiming towards. You'll discover my 10-point tick list that will really motivate you and inspire you and increase the chances of you actually achieving those goals. And phase 3 is implementation. So in this phase, we'll nail the final piece of the jigsaw, which is most people miss, which is actually how to implement a plan for success. We're going to create it so that you're crystal clear on what to do next, keeping you motivated and building those habits so that the habits serve you rather than holding you back. It's 12 weeks working together. It includes unlimited WhatsApp and email support. It's a working relationship together. It includes an online learning platform where you'll get access to lots and lots of workshops that I've done with previous clients that will help you around lots of areas of personal development, and you'll be able to join a like-minded community of people as well. Now, through this program, I've been able to help many, many people, and you're very welcome to go and read some of the reviews that people have very kindly left for me, and you're welcome to read snippets of them here. This has been an absolute privilege and a pleasure, and it's really my goal to wake up and to have the maximum impact I can for people, and that might be changed careers, changed health, changed relationships, whatever it is the person is looking to work on, and leadership forms a huge part of that. Then this is what we work together to do, and there's so many success stories I could share. These are just 4 snippets, but do check out my reviews or speak to me, and happy to share some of these stories. Now look, I appreciate that you may be fairly new to coaching, you may be unsure, you may be sitting on the fence a little bit. So here's how I work. Before we dive into the 3I offer, I've got a bit of a mini offer for you so that you can dip your toe in the water, see what coaching's like, and see if we're the right fit together. So this is my offer to you. I'm going to offer you 3 mini sessions with me. That's 3 half-an-hour sessions where you get my full attention, where we dive into a specific problem you really want solving. And it's like a mini coaching experience. It's 3 half-an-hour sessions back to back over 3 weeks, and we'll get you to solve this one problem. Now, if you like that, then you can join the 3i program where you get the full range of benefits that I've just said. If you want to stop there and you don't want to have any more sessions, you're happy with where we've got to, then that's absolutely fine as well. But this is a good way for you to dip your toes in. I know some people are a little bit unsure, want to just see if this is right for them, not really sure what it looks or feels like, but I'm so confident that you will love this, that you'll want to carry on working together. But if you don't, that's absolutely fine. I'm really happy either way. So 3 sessions with me, £99. Like, unbelievable value. Unbelievable value. But I'm willing to offer that because I want you to experience what coaching is like. And I want to encourage more and more people. I think everyone should have a coach. I have a coach myself, and I believe everybody can benefit from coaching. So if this sounds good, if you want to dip your toes in with a bit of coaching, or if you want to dive straight into the full program, either way, hit the contact form below. Fill in your details, send a message to me, and we'll get you on a program that is right for you. Let's talk about the things that are important to you. Let's talk about the things that you want to solve. And we'll work together to make that happen. Thanks for checking into this video. I'll speak to you soon.